Hello everyone, welcome back to my 11th video for AutoCAD 2D tutorial for beginners. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can provide dimensions for your drawings. So let me open same file from my previous videos. So as you can see, I have a bunch of drawings here in my AutoCAD file, but the problem is that I don't remember what are the lengths of each line provided for the drawings. Sometimes you may not have enough time, so until now what you know is that if you want to check what is the length of the line, you have to press on the line, or let's say the group of lines, however whatever you want, and you can go on either one of the sides so you can see the lines, the dimension of the lines, or you can just, let's say, select a line, go and view its properties. From there you can see what the length of that line is. But I don't want that. Sometimes I may not have enough time, so I may want to work fast, and I don't have time to check what are the lengths that I provided for my drawings. So let me just make a copy of this polygon. So I'm gonna place that polygon, let's say here. I'm going to work on this polygon. So if you want to provide dimensions for this polygon, you can find that option on the top in the annotation panel. It's the second option to the right of the text. If you press on that, so now you want to provide dimensions, let's say, for this polygon. So you have to choose 2 points. So as you see now, I've chose 2 points, and now I've placed the dimension here. As you can see, the software provides the dimension to be 10.0000, so 4 decimal places. You can play with this value as well. You can double left click on this and you can change it. For example, you can put 10 space m, because my AutoCAD is adjusted to the unit of meters, so I'm gonna write 10 meters. So you can play even with the size of the dimensions as well. So you can go and check the properties. So as you see, we have a bunch of properties. We have the arrow sizes. If you zoom, as you see, we have arrow sizes as well. We have arrows. So if you want to play with the size, you can just come to the arrow size option here. For example, I'm going to change it to 0.9. Press enter. So as you see now, the arrow size became larger. Or if you want to reduce it, just let's say I'm going to reduce it to 0.7. Press enter. So you can play with the color of the dimension line as well. For example, I'm gonna, let's say, choose, let's say, cayenne color. As you see, I changed the color of the lines of the dimension to cayenne color. And if you want to play with other units, for example, we have the exit line offset. We have the exit line offset, which is this the vertical line within this dimension if you want to reduce it. So let's say I'm gonna, let's say, input a value of 0.9. Let's say press enter. So as you see now, the distance became, so let's say the height of this vertical line became less. You can even, let's say, change it more. So you can, it's all dependent on you. If you want to play with the values, you can play with those values. You can even change the color of this vertical line. So I'm gonna keep it cayenne as how the horizontal lines are. And if you want to change the text size, you can come here and play with the text height. For example, I'm gonna, let's say, provide 0.7, press enter. So as you see now, I've provided the text size to be 0.7 meter, and we have the text offset. What is that? It's the distance between the horizontal line with the text. So if you want to increase it, so let's say I'm gonna change it to 0.5, press enter. So as you see now, the distance became more. So I've let's say changed the distance between the horizontal line and the text. So this is what I've provided for the let's say this horizontal line of the polygon. You can even play with it more. If you don't like this, the size of this vertical line, you can play with it more here. For example, let's say I'm going to provide 1.2. Press enter. As you see now, I've made it less. So this is what you need to know about the dimension. You can just input and then come and play with them. So if you want to change the color of the text as well, you can just select this. Come here, as you see text color, you can change it to cyan as well. So this is what you need to know about the dimension. So there are more dimension options. If you see on top right of the annotation panel, we have this. If you keep your cursor on it, it says linear. On the right, we have more options. We have linear, aligned, angular, arc length, radius, diameter, ordinate, and jogged. I'm not going to cover the last two because I haven't used them at all. I haven't used them at all in my engineering career, so I don't think they are much that important to me. But mainly, we're going to focus on these 6 dimensions. So the align, what does the align do? It's gonna provide a dimension that is aligned with your line, so it's parallel to your line. The angular provides the angle of your let's say of 2 lines, so it gives you the theta value. We have the arc length, it provides the length of the arc of a curved shape. We have the radius of a circle, and we have the diameter of a circle. So I'm gonna go now with the aligned. The linear, it's the same as the original option. So I'm just gonna go and skip that to go to align. So I'm gonna provide now align dimension for this inclined green colored line. So I'm gonna go press here and press here. As you see now, the dimension is aligned and provided to be a value of 10.0000. So I'm gonna play with this as well. So I'm gonna keep it, let's say 10 space meters. So let me play with the properties of this dimension. So I'm gonna let's say I'm gonna change the color as well to a cyan colored line. The arrow size, I'm gonna keep it 0.9. So I want to increase the size. The exit line color, I'm gonna change it to cyan as well, which are those 2 lines. Choose the cyan and the exit line offset. So I'm gonna, let's say, provide a value of, let's say, 0. Or let's say I'm gonna provide 1.2. Press enter. So I reduce the distance between the endpoint of my object and the inclined line of this dimension. So I'm going to go and play now with the text color. You can play with text color here. You can increase the size, let's say, to 0.7. Press enter. And you can even play with the distance between the line of your dimension and the text through this text offset. So I'm gonna keep it, let's say, 0.7 as well. Press enter. So as you see now, I've provided successfully a linear dimension. So it's parallel to your original line. So this is all what you need to know about the linear. So I'm gonna go with the angular right now. So I have to choose now 2 different lines. So let me check if I have a good angular. So let's say those 2 lines, which I've drawn from in my second video. So I want to know what is the angle between those 2 lines. So you can just come to the dimension option here. You can choose the angular. It says select the arc, circle, line, or whatever else. So I'm gonna, let's say, select this, and then it asks you to select the second line. So you need to know what, so the software needs to know what are the 2 lines you want to find the angles between them. So I'm gonna choose this. So as you see, you can play with dimension here. You can input it wherever you want. So I'm gonna keep it here. As you see, it's 30 degrees. So I'm gonna play with the properties as well. So the dimension line, I'm gonna change it to cyan color. I'm gonna change the exit line as well to cyan color. Yeah, I forgot the arrow size. So let's say 0.9. Press enter. So I'm gonna change the, you can input any value for arrow size as long as it is clear enough to be understood by your instructors or your friends. So I'm gonna change the text color to cyan color as well. So the text height, let's say I'm gonna change it to 0.5. Press enter. And in case you want to change the distance between the line of your dimension and the text, you can come here and play with it. Let's say I'm gonna make it 0.5. Press enter. So sometimes when you input a value that is large enough, the software automatically changes the position of your line. So this means you have to provide a smaller value. So let's say 0.4. As you see, so 0.4 is enough. I've provided now a theta value between my two lines, so I've measured the angle. You can even measure the angle for this polygon as well. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So press on this. So let's say this is my first line, this is my second line. So you can play with them. As you see now, it shows it is 120 degrees. So I'm not going to play with the properties of this one again. So it's up to you. Play with it if you want. So this is all what you need to know about the angular. So now let's go to the arc length. So let's say this object I have here. If you remember from my previous videos, it used to be a rectangle where I filleted both of the sides. So I changed the straight ends into curved ends for both this side and this side. So I want to know what is the length of the arc here. So I'm gonna press on this arc here. So first be sure to choose the arc length. Press on this arc. So as you see now, the value of the arc is provided to be 1.5708. In engineering, we usually say, let's say 1.58, since if you, or not 1.58, we can just mention 1.57, let's say meters. So you can keep it as you want, and you can play with the properties as well. So you can just go to properties and play with the properties here. So I'm not going to play with the properties again. Be sure to practice it. It's all up to you, whatever you want to do. You can even find the arc length of this one as well. So you can just go to the arc length, select this one. As you see now, it provides an arc length. So the length of this arc is to be 3.14. Since in engineering we usually depend on 2 decimal places maximum, so you can just change it and write, let's say, 3.14 meters. So this is all what you need to know about the arc length. Regarding radius, you can go and choose a circle. So let's say this circle, I have this circle, so I want to find what the radius of this circle is. So if you just press on it, as you see now, it provides a value. It says that the R 3.0000, so the R is radius and the value is 3.0000. So you can play with this as well. So you can just write, let's say, R3. Let's say you can keep it R3.0 meter, or you can just mention, let's say, whatever you want. So if you want to just provide a dimension for the curved line, just keep it R, let's say 3 or R space 3.0 meter, so that they can know that the radius of this circle is R, or the radius of this circle is 3.0 meters. So if you want to find the diameter of this circle, you can just choose this option, choose the same circle. As you see now, we have whatever, let's say, I think this is called the phi, and we have value of 6.0000. You can play with this as well. You can just keep that object. For example, I want to play with this object. For example, you can just mention it as, for example, D. So it was 6, so D 6.0 meter. So we have a radius of this circle as 3 meters, and we have the diameter of this circle to be as 6 meters. So this is it. This is for this video. This is everything you need to know about the dimension. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please comment in the comment section below. I would be happy to reply back to you as soon as possible. Stay tuned for my next videos. And for now, thank you so much for watching my videos, and have a nice day.